hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity. YouTube world, what it do, what is good, y'all, what it is on a Tuesday. Man, should it be illegal to go back to work after having a 3-day weekend on Labor Day weekend? I don't know, man. I don't know, but y'all know what it is, what you tuned into for the one time. It's the one man, four size and flavor of just where he from, DFW Sports. Y'all know how we rocking, got some things going on, man. We talk a lot of DFW Sports here, but at the same time, we represent, you see how it is when we represent. That count as a double. Got the Rangers tuned in right now. And then we got some things to get up off our chest looking at the Dallas Cowboys and this Philadelphia Eagle mess as they get ready to kick off NFL football on a Thursday night. Hey. Whoop, whoop, whoop. So, man, Schottenheimer came out here. He done spoke, oh, that's foul. They're going to take it back. But yeah, man, I got some things to wrap up off my chest. I'm pretty sure y'all heard Schottenheimer, and you know what? I saw Dave what is his name? Malangetta. I saw him, in the noise about him doing his presser and all this on, I guess it was First Take or something like that. I'ma just say this and just let it be on. Bruh, both sides did what they needed to do. Let's play football. So I don't want to spend no more time talking about Micah until this situation gets to about week 4, where you can't avoid it. You know what I'm saying? But until then, let's really talk about some Philadelphia Eagles and how the hell is these Dallas Cowboys going to shock the world since nobody has them winning this game. Is this a typical game that Cowboys, when you don't expect nothing of the Cowboys, what do? They come and show and prove. So if you're a Cowboy fan, that's what we're hoping. And then basically we're going to just look at some keys to victory to see how we can actually do this and see how the Cowboys can actually pull this out. So I listened to Shotty's presser. So we got a lot of news that basically, the injury report then came out. You had the injury report came out, and you see that guys are full participant, as in Trayvon Diggs, Tyler Guyton. Okay, good hit. Asuna, 2 on base. Let's go. Rangers playing hot right now, so that's why we got them still on the tune. After we finish this live, we're gonna, kick back and we're gonna watch the rest of this game. So, but the Cowboys, you're looking to see them get full health. Schottenheimer talked about, they're trending in the right directions. They were practicing. It's just all going to probably depend on tomorrow. Basically, tomorrow what goes down. And I think they're good enough to play. Just will they play is the question. Will they want to risk it in a long season to say, damn, the first time coming out, we're going to go up against this matchup like this? I wouldn't be shocked to say that they would hold them back, but really nothing's holding him back. Tyler Guyton ain't have a brace on his knee at all, reporting to practice, being a full participant. So, hey, Schottenheimer didn't say if he was going to do it or anything like that, but he said, they got time. They'll go through their walkthroughs and they'll see what's going to happen. But, if they're basically confident in the guys that they have backing up, just in case, Diggs doesn't play or Tyler Guyton doesn't play. And then you got Tyler Booker basically This matchup of the trenches, we all know it's going to be about the trenches. Everybody talks about is it Dak Prescott versus Vic Fangio. He has a problem with Vic Fangio's defense. Now, I am here to tell you, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, then you know the rest. Your boy does struggle against his defense. Now, a lot of y'all are going to sit here and say, bro, they need to run the football. And that is agreed. But you're going to have to be able to do something that you haven't been able to do well in the last few years. And he hits into a double play. You haven't been able to run the football that good the past few years. And that's probably been a reason why you went 12-5, 12-5, 12-5. One playoff game exit because you weren't physical enough. San Fran came in here. You weren't physical enough. You know what I'm saying? You weren't physical enough. You got to be physical in order to win. This ain't just to say Michael wasn't physical or anything like that. Brian, I think it was Brian Baldinger. He was on. It was either him or Mark Schlereth. I think it was actually Mark Schlereth. He was on 105.3 The Fan, and I cold 1,000 agreed with. This is me before I get ready to move on for Micah. I 1,000 agree with what he's saying about. I think you underutilize Michael Parsons when you just put him as a pass rusher and just let him rush the quarterback. You exposed him worse than anything else, talking about you need to be able to stop the run. Well, you shouldn't just had him out there just specifically playing rush in. You could have did a lot more, and I was always a fan of like, bro, why don't you put Michael Parsons over the center, over the A gap, let him decide if he want to blitz or not, but you can get him to do more movement instead of just being on one side. And you try to run these stunts going inside, now you run toward two people, and it don't be good. So I will say that much part. They did underutilize him. That was big underutilization, and that's something they probably want to have back. But now, Javonte Williams, how do y'all feel about that? I told y'all, bro, if they're going to win this game, it's going to be on Dak's shoulders. Now, Brian Schottenheimer didn't rule out. He didn't rule out that he's going to, he wants to have balance, but just because he says it's all about physicality, and that ain't just about running the football, you know. It's about receivers blocking. It's about doing everything with physicality, and I'm just here to tell you, you know, looking at a betting standpoint, if you were to put your money on it, the Cowboys running the football has not been their, you know, forte here the last few years. And stopping the run is something that has been Philly's forte here the last couple of years. So them trying to run the football, I get it, because you're gonna need Vic Fangio to show a little bit more different stuff than, you know, quarters look and quarters come. You know, you're gonna have to get him to get off of that, and the only way you can do that, you're gonna have to run the football. But you know, it's all about being patient. That's gonna be one key to it. Your boy Dak gotta be patient. You gotta be able to take them crumbs, man. Like it reminds me of Get Rich or Die Trying, how 50 Cent was like, you know, the dope fiend came up to old boy and he was, you know, he had pennies and stuff. He was, you know, I don't take no coins, and slap the money out his hand. And then 50 Cent shown later, you know, hell, I take coins. Hell, I take pennies if that's all the fiend had. Hey, that's still money. That's still money. That's still money. So take the pennies, take the crumbs, take the nickels, bro. Long as it's about moving the sticks. So at the end of the day, I don't care if they're running or throwing it. I do think that they'll have to throw that boy. I do think they're going to have to throw that boy. But to be honest with you, I think their secondary can be had. You know, I had this penciled in as a loss, but now that football is really amongst us, I'm just going to give my thoughts to the game, but I'm always going to side for the Cowboys to win. So it's not about being delusional or anything like that. But if we go and win, of course, it's about being physical, but it's just the Cowboys got to get off to a fast start. They can't be, you know, slow starting, and then you can't be relying on Brandon Aubrey to just bail you out. With what I mean by that, you can't just keep settling for 3 points. You're going to have to move into the red zone, and when you get into the red zone, you're going to have to cash in. You're going to have to cash in, and it's more like, can you get a touchdown in one of those field goals or two? Your first 3 possessions, can you move that rock? Can you be productive and moving? And can you be balanced enough? Now, they asked the question about to Brian Schottenheimer is it good to basically have the disguise where don't nobody know what you're doing? He's like, yeah, that's all good, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna have to make adjustments because what happens, what you run out there don't work. Just like us trying to run Javonte Williams out there. Now, I guess he's my player that I need something to prove him from. Javonte Williams is the player I need something. He got to prove it to me. I have to see it from him because I'm trying to figure out how is this guy, what has he shown to say that he is the guy? And Brian Schottenheimer say he's a smart guy. He's been around for a while and he only knows one way. Damn it. He only knows one way. Now that's all cool, but is he still good enough? And I'm just afraid we're going to try to run the football and only get 2 yards. Okay, so I talk about Dak being patient. This is the type of defense against Vic Fangio. It ain't just Dak versus Vic Fangio. It's going to have to be Schottenheimer. Whoever the play caller is, it's going to have to be him. You're going to have to be patient enough. And if you're going to have to be patient, then that means basically you're going to have that balance. And like I say, Dak, ain't no shame if you're going to be a Charlie check down, because if you're checking down and you're getting at least 4 yards on that throw, it may be even 3. But that is about similar to a run play. Now, I don't want to see y'all coming out here throwing hitches and all that shit. I thought we were away from that. So, but my key guys, like you said, he's going to have to show me something. Javonte Williams going to have to show me something. Damone Clark, until Overshown gets back, he's going to have to show up and show out. You got Kenneth Murray up back over there as well, Jackson, but they got a little bit of depth right there to hold themselves right there. Now, Kenny Clark, basically, his addition is, okay, we've been waiting around for Mozzie to do something. Maybe this springs Mozzie Smith into the right direction when he comes in on certain down and distance, more package type. You know what I'm saying? This might benefit him a little bit more instead of having the weight of the, first round draft pick on his shoulders, where now, okay, you got Kenny Clark in here, you got Osa, you got Solomon Thomas. Okay, now it's less pressure on me to, I don't want to say it's less pressure on him to do something because, yeah, it's still pressure. It's still pressure, but you actually get to play a little bit freely. Where hopefully Eberflus can do you something right and match you up something right. What's good, Daniel? Appreciate you hitting in one time. Bro, but Javonte Williams going to have to show me, can he tote the load? It's the running back room, period. It's the running back room, period. Are they going to be able to do something against a defense that is basically, if not the best, one of the best in the National Football League? They the champs, but Pro Football Focus had them at number 2 stopping the run. So you're playing into their strength, trying to run the football. Now that's going to be up to the offensive line. Can Tyler Booker grow up real quickly right before your eyes? Can he do that? Can he do that? I'm nervous about that, but at the same time, it's rare that Will McClay in this organization miss on the offensive lineman, bro. It's rare. It is very rare that they miss on an offensive lineman. So Tyler Booker, I think, I can't wait till all the film start getting put out this year. I can't wait to start going over film with y'all here lately. But Javonte Williams got to show it. Damone Clark, man, if you could get something out of him on the defensive side, that is going to be real lovely. Trayvon Diggs, I think he's good enough to play, but I think with him, knowing the type of stuff that they've been having with him the last 2 years, I'm pretty sure they're going to wait till he comes down to AT&T Stadium. That's my best bet. Ooh, fall in there. Yes, let's go. Good job, Michael Hellman. That's a triple. That's a triple for Michael Hellman. Let's go. Rangers a game and a half out of the final wild card spot, y'all. Final game out of the out of the final wild card spot now. But shooting back to the Cowboys, can Eberflus get the most out of Damone Clark? Can he get the most out of him? Is Kenny Clark going to be that extra element at it? Because the problem is with no Michael Parsons, does Nick Sirianni in this offense get a little too cute? You know what I'm saying? Knowing that there's no more Michael Parsons out there, do they drop back Jalen Hurts like that? Saying now that they don't have the pass rush, we can actually sit back, drop back, throw. Not having Overshown in there, because he could run you down. He could run you down, and he will run you down. With no Diggs, I am trying to figure out how they're going to generate pressure. Will they blitz or will they still try to rush forward and believe in Dante Fowler, Sam Williams and Marcus Needham? More probably Dante Fowler. Do you really think Donovan Ezeraku is going to make that type of good of a jump right now? And what's crazy is you get rid of Micah and you say you got to stop the run, but if you're dependent on Donovan Ezeraku, he's almost the same type of build. He's almost the same type of build. So y'all just didn't want Micah for the contract that he wanted. Micah didn't want to be the Cowboy for the contract that y'all wanted. End of discussion. Wide with the sack fly. Wide with the sack fly. Rangers up 1-0. Ching, ching. Ching, ching. Man, we're a little bit under 50 subscribers from getting the 3 stacks, man. Just a little bit under, man. Hopefully this football season and basketball season will get y'all to treasure. I don't know how much far the Ranger fandom goes, but we still, kick it about it. But I'm feeling everything what I'm seeing, but I told y'all from the jump, I don't think they're too much worried about it. Ed Water asked this question to Brian Schottenheimer, was like, I don't want to say he said all the money, but with Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and adding George Pickens in there, is there really an idea to actually be committed to running the football? And Brian Schottenheimer said that's a fair question, just because you look at the amount of money that you have tied into 2 players, number one, and your quarterback and your receiver. And it was all about you couldn't get a receiver. You were, this, that. You traded for Mingo. You've been holding on to Jalen Tolbert. All of that type of stuff. Now you get a George Pickens in here. I told you from the jump. And the way they went after the running back spot, like, damn, had y'all, been early on the Michael Parsons thing, y'all probably could have went out and got y'all a better running back. But I think this is an instance where they're thinking quantity over quality, bro, at the running back position. But I think they could. Now looking at the money that they got, but I told you, the word is getting out on Tyler Booker as well. The word is getting out on Tyler Booker that basically, yes, the front office and Tyler Booker's agent, who is Todd France, who negotiated Dak Prescott's contract, they are talking. They are talking about an extension. And I told y'all from the jump, them letting go of Michael Parsons, if they are able to get this Tyler Smith deal done before the season, you essentially got 5 players for 1. That is how Jerry sees this as the Herschel Walker trade. Because he had to let go of 5 folks, and it basically is draft picks. Basically, he got the rest is history. And like I said, you get a nose tackle, you get 2 first-round picks, that's 3. You get Bland to sign on an extension, and you get Tyler Smith to sign on an extension. That's 5-1. That's 5-1. And I believe that's what they're aiming for. Well, you don't have that much longer, so I'm actually hoping the deal gets struck down probably tomorrow. While they're going through walkthroughs or while they get ready to board the plane to Philly, I'm hoping that they actually get a deal done. And I told you, if it don't happen, then it'll be another camp holdout with Tyler Smith next year just for the Ravens. So please do not feed into it because we're keeping Tyler Smith. Oh yeah, we keeping Tyler Smith. You can bet your bottom line about that. But looking at this game, bro, I mean, I'm hoping that the Eagles get too cute. Oh, they don't have Michael Parsons, so let's go ahead and throw the football. I'm hoping you do that. Because somehow, some way, we got to get them out of running the football. Now, I believe Kenny Clark is going to help the run defense. I really do. I really do think he's going to help out the run defense. But at the same time, I want them to get cute. Be like, oh, since they ain't got Michael Parsons, we ain't got to worry about somebody chasing Jalen Hurts down. Okay. Get back there and get cute if you want to. I just hope Eberflus is a guy who doesn't even blitz, but they got to believe in something in their pass rush. And I think they like Dante Fowler. And I think they believe Sam Williams, this is his year to really blossom. You hope. We were hoping to see it last year. But he got hurt. I see Mr. Cowboy in the chat. What's good, my brother? What's good, man? Hey, he say, bro, please no more Michael topic. Talk about it, bro. I mean, you ain't said nothing but a word, bro. Like, I tried to mention what his agent did today, and I don't really even got the energy for it. I'm just more like, look, they stood on their offer. Jared stood on his offer. That's it. We got a game to play this Thursday. And the more and more I had looked at this game as a loss in the beginning of the season, I'm now more like, you know what? Dak struggles against Vic Fangio's defense, but he doesn't struggle against the Eagles like that. Coming off a year that was a down year, and it's going to be all about punching first. So we win the toss. Let's receive that boy. And let's go score. Because we already know you get across the 50, bro. That's 3 points automatically. But it's going to be about putting touchdowns up. And can you do it early in the game to make the Eagles get cute? I think Nick Sirianni, I'm wondering, will they come out and get too cute? I don't think they will. I think they still believe. Knowing that Kenny Clark is in there, that's what makes me think they could get too cute. Be like, you know what? Kenny Clark is pretty good. We'll try it a couple of times. And if the Cowboys can get him off the field on the first possession, then it's going to be all about Dak Prescott in this offense. I know a lot of y'all want to see running, but I'm telling you, bro, that's going to be hard to play. My keys to this whole offensive operation is to see is what Brian Schottenheimer does with Kevontae Turpin and Hunter Lupick. What do you do with them two? Because to me, I believe they can give this offense so much dynamic play. If basically you would keep the defensive coordinator so worried up at night. I think Hunter Lupick can do so many multiple things for you. And then Kevontae Turpin just adds another level where you move him around. We've been asking for motion and all that tough stuff. You move him around. Move him around, get him in some space. That's gonna free up your run game. That's gonna free it up for CD. That's gonna free it up for George Pickens. And now getting George Pickens basically lets me know when y'all get to the red zone, there's no reason you shouldn't put up a touchdown. That is expectation. Now you're gonna say, how can you have those expectations when you're coming off a season that you were 7-10? Bro, we were hurt as fuck. Come on now. We was hurt as fuck. He's right. Micah is a Packers. We still the star. It's time to move on. I agree. 1,000. Ain't no need to be worried about it. Bro, Micah got his money. I'm happy for him. But I'm more happier for the Cowboys, win or lose. So this is how we going to just ride in. And like I said, Hunter Lupick and Kevontae Turpin for me. If Brian Schottenheimer is really decent with it, he should have a field day if he picked the brains of Sean McVay a lot to have motion with Kevontae Turpin, and you bring a Hunter Lupic out there, bro, you just give to have them two out there along with CD and Pickens, the defense has to account for a lot. I think you put more stress on the defense just with them two added into your offense. So I'm excited for this offense to see what they have more wrinkles now. It's just up to Brian Schottenheimer just being in tune with today's football game more than anything. And does Dak really trust it? Do they see eye to eye? Good thing him being in the building for a minute can probably prove that. Rubbing shoulders with him, kind of thinking what he thinks, knowing what he likes. Dak, you can't go out there playing timid, bro. Now, when he throws if he throws his first interception, don't sit here and say he's trash and da-da-da-da. Now, if he throw 4 of them boys, now that's a different story. But my key, they're gonna have to throw it. You would like them to establish balance, but I don't want them to try to run the football the conventional way. I don't want to try to trick them, but I don't want to fool ourselves thinking we're gonna run right at them. I don't want to fool ourselves thinking that we're going to try to do something that we haven't been good at doing for a few years. Against the strength of a team that stopping the run is what they've been doing good for the last few years. That's what I'm in for. But Brian Schottenheimer talking about it's about physicality. It's going to be about physicality this game. It's going to be real physical. Real physical. Can we slow down Saquon Barkley? They got all the weapons out there as well. I think this is actually going to be a classic game. I don't see now team running away from each other. And if it's going to be a close game, I'm taking the Cowboys every time because all we got to do is get across the 50. All we got to do is get across the 50. As of right now, my prediction is I got the Cowboys in a close game, 26-24. I think the Eagles are going to do what they do, but they won't have I think it's going to run out. I think the Cowboys are going to move the sticks more than anything. I think they are more equipped to try to move the sticks, regardless if it's about balance, by running it or throwing, however they throw it. I do think Dak is going to throw the football damn near 40 times this game. I really do think that. The over-under on this, I don't know what his pass attempts is, but I'm taking over 37 attempts. I'm taking over 37 attempts. And that's just more because your strength is now running the football. Can it change this year? Maybe, but damn, you're going to pick this. Is this the week you're going to pick it to do? Bet odds would say nah. And the money-wise that we done spent on this offense, bro, you're going to have to throw that bit. Unless it's raining out there. Unless it's raining. But Javonte Williams being the lead guy, he going to have to show me. Damone Clark, you're going to have to show me. Kenny Clark, I think he going to be straight. It's more about Sam Williams and Marshawn Nealon. Y'all got to take that jump, bro. Y'all got to really take that jump. We know what we're getting from Dante Fowler. Kenneth Murray, here's your resurrection time. You got Elam back there. If they can just win on first and second down. Normally it was win on first downs and you get them in the third and long. But that is not you got to win on first and second down. Damn near third down, because if they mess around and get enough yards where it's 4th and 2, of course, we got to keep them out of that situation. So it's more about winning on first and second down. So stop Saquon Barkley, but I believe the Eagles might get a little too cute. Unless they are true to their culture and they say, you know what, we ain't got to prove nothing with Jalen Hurts. He's a Super Bowl champ. We can run the football. Can our defense withstand that? Can our front four withstand that? Do y'all really believe our front four can say? With Micah Parsons, that was still a question mark. But even then, we was like, bro, all we got to do is just get him to throw. Because we get him to throw, we're going to run him down. That's my question mark. Will they take advantage of, let's say we don't have a pass? And does Matt Eberflus change his game up? Do he change who he is, or does he just keep rushing forward and just, try to keep things up underneath him, kind of play it safe in the back end, or does he be aggressive? Because this preseason with the depth that was shown, you weren't getting too much pressure with Ford unless it was James Houston. Pierre Winfrey, we hear, he gonna be out, basically. He didn't practice, but that sucks. So most likely you're gonna get Jay Toa in there. So, like I said, does Mozzie really benefit Kenny Clark being here? I think he does. This is my last hope for him. He's gonna have to. This is your last hope for Mozzie Smith. And with Mozzie Smith, if he's able to come in on a fresh breather with a fresh set of legs, maybe this might just be the boost for the defense right there. You get another nose tackle, and then you're able to shift it forward and able to get another nose tackle in this type of game right here. Because defensive tackles going to be there all year they foul. The defensive tackles are going to be there. They're going to be needed to keep the linebackers free. And that's what we've been kind of missing here last couple of years. Osa can do good enough against the run, and then he can rush the passer. So you got that with him right there. Can they get pressure up the middle? Would that be what it's all about? Good base hit for Freeman right there. Oh, the Freeman in the building. Boy, that youngster been playing hard. Boy, you got a whole tennis snake jingling out there, boy. Why? Week 4 is Thursday, y'all. And like I said, I as of right now, I got the Cowboys in a close game 26-24. That's what I have for them right now. And like I said, it's just going to be due to the Cow. It's going to have to be like they're going to have a good number of first downs. Like I said, even if it's running or short passing, it don't matter, but they will have to be patient. They will have to be patient. Let me see what's going on in my notification world. I got a lot of notifications coming up. Let's see. What I want else to move to. Another key. Of course. I already told y'all as much as y'all. Oh, and it falls in. Let's go. Osuna gets basically a RBI double. Let's go. Maybe a triple. Let's go. Rangers up 2-0. Osuna with an RBI triple. That shit stink. Triple. Let's go. Looking back at it, man, I was nervous week 1 of this game. I'm not gonna lie, but the more and more it get closer, I feel if the Cowboys have developed a culture, they should be pissed off. They should really be pissed off, bro. Like, I don't know if it's more against the front office or whatever, but they should be pissed off. For the simple fact they got to go through this every year with the distractions. All week has been talk about Micah and not what this defense can do. I think this defense actually plays inspired. I really do. I think, like I said, I think it'll be a close game. The Rangers will, the Cowboys, my bad. The Cowboys, I think, start off quick, but, Philly makes their adjustments, get acclimated, and it just becomes a tight dog race to the end. And if it's going to come down to the wire and to the end, I'm taking the Cowboys because we can kick that boy from 50-plus yards. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. So I would take my chances. Right there. It's going to be about moving the football, and it don't matter if it's running. This game in particular, I don't think it's about establishing the run for us because say what you want. Jalen Hurts has a Super Bowl and been to 2 Super Bowls. He still ain't better than Dak to me as a quarterback. That's just me. That's just me. Now, I'm going to be on that hill alone just for the simple fact Jalen Hurts does have a Super Bowl. There's no denying that. But let him get back to try to drop back the pass like Dak is going to have to. And I think they're going to get cute and do that. That's why I'm really taking the Cowboys in the upset. I think the Cowboys strike first. I don't think they stop Philly, but I think they make their run game look like, they're going to make it a little bit more difficult. Now, with no Michael Parsons and you got Kenny Clark in the middle, you know what the main problem with our run defenses were? It was setting the edge. Marshawn Nealon and Sam Williams, can y'all set the edge? Y'all look more built, more than pass rushers, more than to set the edge. Now, if you're setting the edge and funneling into Osa, Kenny Clark rotating, Solomon Thomas, linebacker should eat. That's why I said Damone Clark on the defensive side. If Matt Eberflus has gotten anything out of you, this is your chance to shine, buddy. It's almost now never with this star on your helmet. This seems like it's a system that fits you, and now that you got better, interior defensive line presence, you should fly free to the ball. And that's what I'm expecting for the Cowboys defense. I think the extra depth of Kenny Clark, just that type of player along there, and you brought in Solomon. Say what y'all want, bro. Let's be clear. Say what y'all want. The front office did work this offseason. I know that's hard to, bro. I don't even believe that shit when I'm saying it. Like, how so? They went cheap and all, bro. They went and got two running backs, two veteran running backs, right? And Javonte Williams, Miles Sanders. You went and got a defensive tackle in Solomon Thomas. You went up and picked up another corner, and you had Elam, got him in here. You bring in George Pickens. You trade Micah, but then you bring in Kenny Clark. Like, you got ahead of one contract, possibly getting ahead of another one. This has by far been one of the most active free agencies I've seen of the Joneses, bro. That's probably it's going to be underlined because the whole Micah situation. That whole thing is, and that's what I don't like about Jerry, how he done did about this. You really undermined, not to be honest with you, a fair offseason. A fair offseason. Now, what do we know Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders to be at this point of their career? We don't know. But damn, you go in there, you get George Pickens, okay. Instead of like you did last year, you traded for a Jonathan Mingo. Okay, you did this for a George Pickens. What? Okay. Solomon Thomas, okay. It's not the biggest name, but we know what he can do. Okay, what? You bring Dante Fowler back. What? You get Elam in there. What? Okay. You bring in Kenneth Murray. What? Jack Sanborn. You made moves, bro, and you kind of feel depth. Some you haven't done the last couple of years, bro, and that was filling depth. Now you kind of got a patch built to where I'm here to tell y'all, bro, as much as y'all wanted to be balanced, this season rides with 4-88-3. Now, if Brian Schottenheimer is cold with it, Hunter Lupick and Kevontae Turpin, they can make it different. Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders is actually icing on the cake. Whatever you get from the running back position is really icing on the cake. But make no mistake about it, this is going to be on Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and George Pickens. And, Dave Mullingella came out there and was like, he represents George Pickens. And he's like, he has no hard feelings toward the Joneses. And if the Joneses are talking about extending George Pickens, then we'll have those negotiations. So I don't know why he got up there and felt like he needed to get on ESPN to really save his face or do anything like that. I don't really understand the play behind that. But I think depending on how this season goes, the luxury that the Cowboys have right now, they're trying to make sure that they get Tyler Smith taken care of. Once they get Tyler Smith taken care of, okay, I think then you can start looking forward to the talks of George Pickens, depending how this season go. But if it go off getting rocky, then if it goes off getting rocky, I don't know. I don't know. You'll have to figure it. You'll have to find out. You would have to really find out how that's gonna be. But I'm telling you, I just think that, especially in this game, Philly is real great at running the football. So your offensive line is going to have to be up to par, but that's regardless. You're going to have to be up to par because that's all they're going to rush is mostly for. We might not see them blitz like that, but Philly secondary, I think, can be had with the extra receiver help that you got right here. It's just going to be up on Dak and them shoulders to move the sticks. Move the sticks. Move the sticks, cash in the red zone. You get in the red zone, you got 2 targets in CD and George Pickens. There's no reason you shouldn't be putting up touchdown. As Big Bro chimes in the chat, what's good, man? He says on the offensive line, and that's just what it's going to be. Is going to be on the physicality. They're going to have to set the tone, regardless if it's running the football or having pass protection. You know, it's going to be all up on them. Can they keep Dak jerseys? Can they keep his uniform clean? And can Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders, capitalize? We they say Micah back is hurting. Oh, yeah. So that's kind of crazy within itself. He said he was gonna play, and it didn't matter. So he hurt. He hurt. We'll talk about him week 4, but it is what it is. And he calling for the secondary. Secondary, you got to stay disciplined because if they lost to sleep, now they can't quick pop. The tight end, how do we cover the tight end is really going to be the key for the defense. I think we're more equipped to stop the run. If Kenny Clark is going to have a bounce back year, and then you can bring Osa in there at fresh set of legs to actually kind of help contribute, your linebacker should roll free. Damone Clark, they're giving you every opportunity. I don't know if he'll start, but, you got Jack Sanborn, and then you probably going to have Kenneth Murray in there. But the linebackers are going to have to run free and make the plays. Secondary, because I think Diggs is healthy enough to play, but I don't think they'll risk it. I think they'll play him September 14th against the Giants. I think that's what's going to happen. But I do agree with what, he's saying. It's going to be on the offensive line, bro, regardless how they do it, running or throwing. And I just think I take the over on Dak Prescott throwing that bitch over 37 times. Is that a recipe to win? We seen it's not a good recipe. You do have to keep it under, but just tell me this, y'all. It's not like we've had bad offensive lines neither. But the last few years, how have we really been running the football? But I agree with y'all. As much as I want throwing the football, as I think they are going to do it, you got to establish some physicality sooner or later, because that's what doomed you in mostly all of your playoff losses. Your offense wasn't physical enough. 2022, your defense was physical enough. But 2021, team wasn't physical enough. 2023, y'all just weren't ready to play and weren't physical enough. So, I mean, hey, Rangers still in the hunt, Mr. Cowboy. Rangers still in your rearview mirror. But we're gonna have a little bit more to talk about this. What's tomorrow, Wednesday? Normally I do all of DFW sports, you know what I'm saying? But with it being a different kind of schedule and it being his birthday weekend, man, stay tuned to the channel, man. If you haven't already, we really rock some DFW sports. This will probably be a weekend I'm trying to have, but it will be probably the last weekend, as we are going to stay inside, my guy. You know what I'm saying? Do a lot of things with, family and stuff like that, but we'll probably get more to the streaming just to be a little bit more responsible, unless a brother hit that lottery. I ain't even I bought a ticket. It's tomorrow. See, you can tell I don't play the lottery. I'm over here talking about when it come on. I don't even know when it come on. I have to just basically Google and see the number. Till I don't be playing, but I heard that boy buy that $1 billion. I saw the cash out value at like 498 million, basically $500 million. What? Let me try to get some in on that action. I just need a Powerball number. That's all I need. And then I'll be at the Cowboy games all the time. I mean, I make sure, daughter's future is secure. And we'll be at the Cowboy games all the time, front and center, probably next to Jerry. Shit, I'll be able to buy a ticket next there, top shit for y'all. But if y'all, help the channel grow and stuff like that, keep tuning in, because like I said, I specialize in game vlogs and stuff like that. And we're going to basically turn it up a notch on basically football season, more film watching, live stream, game stream, and basically game vlogs. That's basically what I love doing, for the whole channel as well. But for football season, then we'll jump into basketball season. When we get to the Dallas Mavericks, we'll be having some live game watch. So hockey season, we'll talk about that as well. But bruh, the Eagles game is gonna tell you a lot about the Cowboys. And as much as we say offensive line, it's really gonna be Brian Schottenheimer. How does he handle this game? How does he make his adjustments? Is his adjustments gonna be better than Vic Fangio's or Nick Sirianni? Is his adjustments gonna be better? Because Brian Schottenheimer is still really the unknown here. I think we feel we have a good offensive line, even with Tyler Booker being in there. You might get Tyler Guyton to start. I think we're still confident in the offensive line, bro. You roll Bass out there. I think we're still comfortable out there with the offensive line. You getting a new offensive weapon. I just don't know about the running back situation, but I think we got more weapons with Kevontae Turpin and Hunter Lupick. For real. For real. Ha! Damn, this thing got notifications going left and right. Damn, it's already been an hour. Been bullshitting this whole time. Watching the game, bro. We only in the 5th inning. The Rangers did have a comeback victory last night that kept me up all night. All night. But I'm telling you, I got Cowboys. My mind frame is changing. I'm going to pick the Cowboys to win every week, y'all. I don't care. Fuck it. I actually had them picked to lose this season, this game in the beginning of the season. Don't tell me that's out of there. Hold that. Let's go. I really had them picked to lose this game, but the more and more they done went through some shit, we is all we got. We is all we got. And I believe they're going to come through. I believe they're going to come through. And let the Dak campaign start. They going to call him a Dak fanboy. Nah, I ain't calling him a Dak fan. I ain't a Dak fanboy. Now, Four is my guy. Don't get me wrong, but I will say if he suck or not. Don't get it twisted. But I'm more of here to tell you right now, it's going to be on his shoulders. It's going to be on his shoulders. For them to get another receiver more as a rent, but they kind of did this in Dak's career already. When they tried to do receiver by committee and all that type of stuff, then they went and got Amari Cooper. I think they realized, look, we can't be fucking around here. And we got to have depth. You sign Michael Parsons, that crushes your depth. That crushes your depth. You think they can win against the Eagles? Mr. Cowboy think they can win against the Eagles. I had them losing, but now I'm like, bruh, it's Dallas versus everybody, bro. It's Cowboys versus everybody. And if you don't believe, then you shouldn't be here. Now, let's be clear. If I had to bet money on it, I would take the Eagles. 5 was a bet. And you know, a lot of people play fantasy. And if it's about the money, you're gonna go about the money. Don't go with your heart. Let's be clear about that. But now as the season get closer, ain't nobody giving us a chance. Yeah. This would be prime for the Cowboys to draw that emotion into folks. Like, you know, you see how good they were. When you don't give them a chance, that's normally when they show up. Now, if they don't show up in this game and get routed on, bro, that is going to be a major cause for concern. Damn, that's a double. Come on, Lats hold firm. Lats has been pitching pretty good for the Rangers coming in here. But I do think they can beat against the Eagles. The line is 8. I thought it was 7 points. The line was 7 points. Then it went to 7.5. Now it done went to 8. Since Micah done got traded, it went to 8. Like I said, if I had to bet my money, I would take the Eagles winning. But I would go against the spread, though. I would definitely go against the spread. They got them at an 8.5. Yeah, line is 8.5. Bruh, they damn near got these damn near double-digit favorites. Like I said, at the beginning of the season, I had this as an L. If I had to put my money on it, the Eagles should win this game, but nah, bro. We gon' ride for the home team. Like I said, it's Cowboys versus everybody. So let's do this. Let's shock the world. Let's shock the world. What do you say? For every $100 you put on the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl, you win. That ain't even enough. That ain't even enough money. That ain't even enough money or, heartache for. I learned my lesson back in 2007. I don't bet on the Cowboys no more. No more. I haven't betted on the Cowboys since 2007. 2007. I have not betted on the Cowboys. And I'm sticking on that. That Giants game cut me deep, bro. I got PTSD from that game in particular, bro. That divisional loss right there. The Packers game was worse because I was actually there and it was a cold day. But that one against the Giants, that hurt. That hurt. That one really hurt. He said, I really don't bet on the Cowboys because I don't want to bet with my heart, bro. I don't want to bet with my heart. That's why I'm like, damn, the line is at 8.5. Sheesh. I mean, I would pick the Eagles to win, but I would go against the spread, though. I think the Cowboys will come out punching. I do think that. And, as it get closer and closer, I'm like, fuck them Eagles, bro. To be honest with you, fuck them Eagles, bro. Shit. Fuck them, bro. They don't like us. We don't like them. It is what it is. Ain't nobody hiding from that. Ain't nobody hiding from that. I get it. You got your Super Bowl and all that. I feel you. But at the same time, come on now. I don't know about all that, Cletus. Great hit, Peterson. Great hit, Jock with the single at the top of the 6th. So tomorrow I plan to come in here. We're gonna basically keep it going down. You know what I'm saying? Keep the countdown going down until we basically get this live stream kicked off for Eagles and Cowboys. I need to try to make me a premier hype of all my previous Cowboy content I've been collecting over the last couple of years while attending some of these games. So yeah, tomorrow talk about it. If my brothers are available tomorrow, we'll probably, because like I said, normally I do DFW Sports Raps, but we'll probably just do a final sit down as you probably get word of, you get the word of maybe Tyler Smith getting an extension, a final injury report and everything like that. So you end up getting a few extra more things coming in down the pike. So that's what we're waiting for. Of course, the Eagles talking about they're not gonna, watch the banner be dropped, but we are. To each his own. Just y'all coming out and doing that, thinking y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna be sitting in the locker room idle for a minute. Good luck. I think that's gonna make y'all come out stiff. Like I said, Cowboys, y'all just it really has to mean something to you. Starts with you, Dak. I've been riding with Foe for a long time, and I'm still gonna ride with Foe. But now I'm like, nah, bro, fuck all that shit, bro. We can't have all that half stepping, bro. Ain't no more time for half stepping, bro. You've been in the league 10 years, my guy. 10 years, my guy. Fuck all the bullshit, bro. 10 years and all I got is 2 playoff victories to show for it. Nah, player. You gonna have to come along with it, Cletus. Really got to hold your foot to the fire. Now, do I know that everything don't be your fault? Of course. Of course. But if my brother is still in the chat, you come out here and throw a bozo ass interception, bro. I'm gonna have to agree with what he's saying. You can't. I wouldn't say read no defense. You might not be able to read a Vic Fangio defense, but I know you can. You just gonna have to be patient, my guy. Be patient and take the coins, take the pennies. You know what I'm saying? Coins, money right now is becoming one of those funny. The paper money is becoming almost irrelevant. So it's more of you got to take the money that makes some noise. Everybody loves the quiet money, the electronic money, or the paper money that don't make no noise. Them coins, yeah, it weighs and it makes a lot of noise, but it still counts. And that's what it's gonna really depend on. But yeah, if my bros are up to it, we'll probably do a session tomorrow, just a rundown of what we're gonna feel, what this game is gonna go down to, because I'm damn sure gonna do a live stream. And y'all welcome there. It's been in the live box here for a while, bro. It's been in the live for a while. So y'all go ahead and hit that notification bell for it, man, and join me here Thursday for the live stream for the Eagles. I still been going up back and forth. Should I just do the stream at home, or should I just, since it's free and I'm off Friday, do I just go ahead and go to the watch party? But what has me going back and forth is more like, bro, you're going to be at the game next week anyway. I mean, we're aiming to be at the game when they play the Giants, so maybe not need to. Big bro say he down for tomorrow, so bet. So I at least got one in there, probably throwing the group chat about my brothers to see what they, what they're going to be thinking about, what they feel like so we're going to have a brothers conversation that's talking about this Phillies and Philadelphia Eagles and Cowboy game for sure. That nigga called him Dick. Willie Beam. He said Dak 32. And I'm right there. Like I said, I'm a Ford supporter. But damn, bro, 10 years in the league, bro, and all I got is 2 playoff victories to support my boy for. You gotta either shit or get off the pot, my guy. And you got another receiver to make it happen. So, as you say, take the check down, take the crumbs, take the pennies. You're gonna have to be patient against this defense. And like I said, everybody wants the Cowboys to be able to run the football. I do too. That's how you can't establish physicality that way. It helps your offensive lineman, but at the same time, bro, you're asking a team to do something they haven't really been good at doing the last few years, and going up against a team doing what they do best the last few years, which is stopping the run. Leo, what's the deal? Your opinion on Micah getting shots? He got to do what he got to do to play. And I think coming from the era that we grew up watching, especially me personally, growing up the era that I watched, not to say it was good or anything like that, but you had to do what you had to do to play. And if he really loves football like that, I wouldn't be surprised if he does. And with him having basically generational change in money, he hopes that if anything happens, hopefully his money can buy him some signs like that. That's why you get the bag. That's me being positive. I don't even want to be negative on Micah Parsons like that, because it is football season. I wish all these players nothing but, success and health in all this stuff. But when we line up against the trenches against all of them motherfuckers, fuck them. For real. What do you say? Welcome with handcuffs on. Turn up against the wall. Ooh. He said Cowboys plus 350 to win. Which means I don't think they the favorite to win. It's gonna take a team effort nonetheless. Gotta be solid on special teams, yo. Gotta be solid on special teams. Special teams might be the more than be what changes this game, because you got to think about it. The rules are different now. You kick that bitch out of the back of the end zone, you put us at the 35 automatically. All we have to do is get across the 50. Now, I don't want to be settling for field goals, but I know once we get across the 50, I got a kicker that's going to make that mother. You know what I'm saying? So, you kick that boy out the back of the end zone to avoid Turpin and all that type of stuff. We're going to take it to the 35, and all we need to do is get, at minimum, bare minimum, get across the 50. But see, you can't be kicking field goals and they putting up touchdowns. That's the problem. It's going to be about putting up touchdowns, but it's going to be about scoring every possession you can get. At the end of the day, if you can at least score every possession you get, and that's what we all love. Of course, that's not always going to happen, but you got to make it count that way. And I just think the Cowboys, if Brian Schottenheimer, can go in deep into his bag and basically have good game plans that involve Turpin and Hunter Lupick in there, I think they're going to be all right. I really think they're going to be all right. They big underdogs, but normally when the Cowboys are, when you think they stink, they end up being good. And then when you think they end up being good, they end up stink. A whole new unit, whole new coaching staff, everything. Leo says, who scores the first touchdown for Dallas against the Eagles Thursday night? Ooh. You know what? That is going to be the poll question tomorrow when I add the brothers into here. So, you know what? I want to answer that question, but I'll let y'all decide on it, as Big Bro has already said. He's saying it's going to be George Pickens. Chrissy Collins comes up in here. She says CD. Okay. I got Mr. Cowboy saying Ferguson. So we got three different people. Oh, okay. That's damn sure going to be in the chat box tomorrow. We should make that a poll. Probably do it on the YouTube channel page as a post. Who is going to be the first one to score? CD, Ferg, George Pickens. Y'all know what I'm going to say? I am going to say Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott gets the first touchdown. You know how he gets it? He outdoes Jalen Hurts and gets him a quarterback touchdown. You want to say bold? I'm going bold. Just because I don't really think that's going to happen. But I just want to just be bold here for a moment. I think Dak Prescott will probably get it on a quarterback sneak type shit. Or a quarterback boot going into the end zone, one of the two. They get to the red zone. He'll get that boot, and I think he'll get the first touchdown. That's going as of now. So we got George Pickens, CD Lamb, Ferguson. I'm going with Dak on a quarterback keep or quarterback sneak. You know what? That ain't smart because he makes too much money to be trying to quarterback sneak. But, I mean, it's easy to go CD Lamb, George Pickens. Ferguson is something nice. Touchdown-wise, yeah, it'd be hard to go against CD or George Pickens. But if any one of them scored, then that's like Dak scoring a touchdown too. So, in a way, their first touchdown will come off a pass. How about that? So I'm riding with what y'all feeling right there. I really am. Great question, Leo, right there. He said plus 350. But if you hit that boy, you didn't hit the lottery. If you hit that boy, you hit the lottery. So me saying Dak, that's not a good deal. I just want to be bold be bold, throw some, out the woodwork. Now, if I had to put my money on it, I'm actually going to be with Mr. Cowboy. I think Ferg is on his bounce back year. I think George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb. I think CeeDee Lamb gets the early touches. George Pickens forces probably one of those pass interference. You get those spot fouls, and it's going to get into the red zone where either Dak can keep it or he'll try to throw a jump ball to George Pickens. If that don't work, some type of play is going to work where Ferguson gets that touchdown in there where they're able to work the seams. And in quarters defense or something like that, you're going to have to be quick and decisive if you're going to throw in between the seams. And that's Dak loves throwing into the seams. That's sometimes where he has his problems when he throws interceptions too. But we'll see. Can he be patient? Is Dak at 32 years old, 30, 31, 32 years old, is he good enough to where if they just rush forward and there's nothing there and they all drop back, can you run and get 4 or 5 yards? Because I think they see you as a statue. You're going to sit back there. They don't believe you got the legs anymore. Which at 32, we don't believe he does. But this might just have to be a game. He's going to have to hold the R2 button. You know what I'm saying? I think he's going to have to hold the R2 button. I told y'all I'd take the over on Dak throwing at least over 37 passes. I think this game, they're going to have to throw it to win. Just because Eagles defense is that good against the run, and we just haven't shown nothing that we're that good with running the football. But, Thursday is going to be Thursday. That's why they played the game. I'm glad this is the first game of the season. It's on a weekday, and I'm glad it's not actually on my birthday. I was like, oh, bro, September 7th is the season opener. Like I said, the Rangers and Astros play a series down here, but I'm like, I'm already going to the Brewers game that Monday. And then we already kind of plan on, going to the Cowboys Giants game. Still trying to get another jersey. I got to get more jerseys because I had, shit. We in a little bit of trouble now. Caverlo comes in here. You got to get that. Who is that? Michael Hill? Got to get that right there. Couldn't get that ground chopper right there. That hurt. That hurt right there. Rangers are up 2-1. Bottom of the 6th. Diamondbacks do have 2 on at the corners. I done put my TV up now, so when we live stream these games now, especially like the Cowboys game, it's going all right. How much a jersey costs? It just all depends where you go. It depends what type of jersey you want to get to. They got like the ones from Fanatic. They got the ones. What's the other ones? But then you got the Mitchell and Ness jerseys and all that type stuff. It just depends on what type of brand you get. Normally, I go to the Cowboys pro shop, but, bro, if I'm spending money on going to the games and paraphernalia, I'm just going to buy what I need. But they got a spot out here called Outfitters Dallas out here. Well, it's called Outfitters, but it's basically for all Dallas sports up in there. But they got plenty of Cowboy stuff up in there. I'm pretty sure pretty soon you're going to see another decoration added. You're going to see a couple more decorations added more than anything, but it's going to be another decoration added to the closet right here. There's most likely going to be some Cowboy stuff, but they got plenty of stuff up in there for real. Get you some jerseys and stuff like that. Y'all know I've been rocking nothing but the Michael Parsons jerseys, the white one and the blue one. Now that's out of commission. That can only be worn when I'm doing yard work or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna hit up Outfitters and I'll let you know, bro. I'll let you know. Now, like I said, we specialize in basically going to the games and doing game vlogs, but we love talking about sports, sitting down here, sitting live, especially while sports is still going on and stuff like that. But Cowboys, I expect them to throw. And man, that's a sack fly. Throw that bitch. Throw that bitch. And you didn't throw that bitch nowhere on target. Tie game. Damn it, man. Damn it, man. Cabello just came up in here and just basically gave up ass and elbows. But I'm glad to see the injury report the way it is. To know that Tyler Guyton is basically good, to know that Trayvon Diggs is good. It's just okay. Do you want to risk it like that? I don't think you risk either one of them just because how much training camp have they really had? I think you would hurt your boys like that if you come out and do something like that and they haven't really been having hard training camp like that. I wouldn't do that. I really wouldn't do that. I wouldn't be mad if they did it, but I wouldn't do it. Especially if you believe in Nathan Thomas and basically rolling out there Andrew Booth. I know that's rubbing some folk wrong. I know it is. I know it rubs some folk wrong, but it is what it is. You gotta roll with who you got out there on the roster now. Kenny Clark, though, I'm hoping he's really making a difference. I see why he mad, bro. That's a strike, dog. Come on, man. Bro, that's a strike. That's a strike, man. Oh, he pissed. I don't care if you pissed. Get this last out. You had him struck out. Now you throwing out a command. Oh, yeah, Booth did get cut. My bad. Booth did get cut. What's his name they brought? I cannot pronounce his last name. I cannot pronounce that dude's last name for nothing. But I'm glad y'all, that's what I meant to say. I know we glad Andrew Booth is at the building. I don't know why I said you got Andrew Booth. That's why I laughed. Appreciate that, big bro. Ooh, it's one day. Ooh. Dak Prescott, he struck him out. Thank God. You're going to have to throw that boy. He's going to have to throw it. I wouldn't even waste my time with Tolbert. You need to just be playing special teams. I heard breathing Span Ford basically healthy too. I'd like to see what he can do. I really do. Bro, I cannot pronounce his last name, but you got Elam in there. Says Diggs, Elam, Goodwin. Sis in the chat. She said, we agree. What up, Scott? What up, sis? We agree. Tolbert. And I don't even mean let me clear my throat type of stuff. He just, he ain't working. Like I said, if I had to put my wallet on it, Cowboys, I would have them losing. But I'm like, you know what, bro? Why not this be the time? You can some things are unanimous decisions, but one thing is okay. You're gonna have to. What is gonna be more of the tell? Is it Dak gonna struggle against Vic Fangio's defense, or is he gonna continue what he's normally done against the Philadelphia team anyway? And that's normally have more success than not, because he is good against the Philadelphia. Against the division, he has actually been good, bro. So, like I said. What are you taking more stock in? Him being good against the Eagles, regardless, or him struggling against a Vic Fangio defense? Defensive wise, your corners are going to have to hold up, but let's say Diggs actually plays. I think they should bring him back. You know. I think they should wait till the Giants game, but If he comes back, that's the mentality that they got then. They got a killer mentality as of right now. We'll see if once they get the football ran up down their nose, you know what I'm saying? How much hardened character they got. We shall see. We shall see. But the more and more I'm getting closer to the game, yeah. Cowboys got their chance to win because nobody's giving them one. I don't want to say Schottenheimer's going to be deep in his bag, but I just think this is a game where Dak Prescott, bro, he always does good against the Eagles. So something's got to give. The Eagles are good at running the football. We haven't been good at stopping the run. The Eagles are good at stopping the run. We ain't been good at running the football. Dak struggles against Vic Fangio defenses, but he does damn good against the Philadelphia Eagles. What are you wanting to put more stock into? I can slice it down either way. But I'm going to be real with you. Dak really does great against the Eagles. He normally outperforms Jalen Hurts every single time, bro. That's proof in the pudding. He does not get scared when it comes to the Philadelphia Eagles, unlike other quarterbacks I've seen, but you know, that's neither here or there. That's neither here or there. What did Calvin Watkins say about basically getting the deal done? They're not worried about it. Smith agent has spoken with club officials with talks progressing. Some players seek a completed contract extension before the beginning of a particular season. Smith hasn't given the Cowboys a deadline for when he wants a new deal. So that's at least cool. He ain't demanding it. You know what I'm saying? Smith was one of the several players who attended Parsons' house today to trade it out. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to hear none of that. Basically comparing to what's going on, Kansas City's Trey Smith became the highest paid guard at his position with a $23.5 million average salary. Signed a 4-year, $94 million deal with $70 million in guarantees. He surpassed the deal of Atlanta's Chris Lindstrom, who inked a 5-year deal for $102 million in 2023. So Smith has 2 years remaining on his contract. He's scheduled to earn $2.35 million this season and $21.2 million on his 5th-year option. So, yeah, I mean, if the highest guy is getting $23 million and on his 5th-year option, you might as well massage it out and get it out the way. And not signing Micah Parsons help you get that out the way. Get you 2 players out the way. But what I like to hear is that he ain't stressing about it. Knowing that he got basically this year and another year left on his contract and his 5th-year option carries some bread. So let your play speak for itself. I would like the Cowboys to get it done. But as you see, Deron Bland got a 4-year deal. The Cowboys don't have a problem with doing a 4-year deal. I just think with Micah, for it to make sense, they needed a long-term deal. And once he wavered on the long-term deal, it was a wrap. Well, we're not going to be able to make this work because a 4-year deal for you with the type of money you want, we're not going to be able to do. Not to pay you, CD, and Dak Prescott like that, nah, that ain't going to work. We'll be a shit team doing some stuff like that. We'll have more hoes than the basketball net doing some stuff like that. So who's on the other side? Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, George Pickens, C.D. Lamb. Ooh. I'm going to need seconds. I'm going to need thirds. I'm going to need fourths. I'm going to need fifths. I'm going to need to keep on eating. C.D. Lamb says, he ain't really tripping. They acting. Now, this is my thing. With George Pickens trying to get him an extension in the contract, I don't have time for this to not go out well. I don't have time for us to throw 30-plus passes and we're only getting like 157 yards passing. Hell no. Bro, like I said, if anything, the play has been made. Dak, this is on your shoulders, buddy. This is on your shoulders, my guy. There's no hiding away from it, bro. There's no hiding away from it. Come on, Jonah. Man, we about to take it to the diamond here for a little bit, man. Because we'll talk about the Cowboys a little bit more later tomorrow. Like I said, I'll bring my brothers in and then we'll really get outlandish then. Well, we plan to really bring the funk. Because now as it get closer to game time, like I said, my wallet will tell you Philadelphia Eagles. But more and more we get closer to my competitive nature and where I'm from is like, nah, bro. It's Dallas over everything. So fuck what they talking about. We riding on them boys. And we gonna ride out victorious. Yeah, I said it. Shock the world. Shock the world. Now I'm not telling you to bet your money. But Cowboys gonna shock the world. Cowboys gonna shock the world. Let's take it to the diamond one time. Let's take it to the diamond fleece. One time for the treat. As the Rangers are in action right now, like I said, I'm going to probably be on here for another 10 minutes. They in the bottom of the top of the seventh right now. Got somebody on. Yeah, man, we don't just talk to Cowboys. We'll talk Texas Rangers too. Talk Cowboys as well. America's Bird team is going to school the Hold America's team. I mean, this is why you play the game. If I had to put my money on it, you would have me dead to rights. But see, being where I'm from, hell nah. That ain't happening. That ain't happening. Just make sure, just come back and join, you'll be able to watch. If we get our ass kicked, join the stream, you'll be able to pop your shit. But that ain't happening. That ain't happening. Fuck no. Hell no. Hell no. To the no. He said America's Bird team. Sheesh. That's fine. They won't be America's Bird team no more. They'll be America's favorite bird food. You know what I'm talking about? That's what it's going to be. Yeah. Like some fried bird around these parts. We do fry everything down here in Texas. We do fry everything. So, yeah, fried bird is going to be something nice. He said, I'm going to be eating pizza in Wingstop Games Day. Already. Hey, it's the opening of NFL regardless. So knowing that this is a rivalry game, that makes it that much more better. But at the same time, it is NFL opening weekend, and why not open the week? I got tired of opening the season against the damn Giants. To open up against the Philadelphia Eagles, why not? Why not? Man, that's tasty right there. I'll take seconds. I'll take thirds. What did Bob say on Martin? Does anybody want this last slice of pizza? Yeah, I'm gonna be that type of guy. But we'll be on live stream doing it. So I'll have a post-game show after the game. We'll be off the next day, that Friday. So I'll have a show following then, and we'll have the film session. So, if you want to come behind enemy lines and hit that notification bell, and subscribe one time, you can come check on our misery and pain if we lose. But if we win, I want, see how we break down the victory. Let me just keep it that way. What will you be eating on game day? If I had to go game, I don't know, but it's going to be washed down. I got to figure out what beer I'm going to have, you know what I'm saying, to wash down with it while we're doing the stream. But I don't know if we're going to spend money, do it Raising Cane's, because they are the official of the, Cowboys, sponsor of the Cowboys. So, we might do Raising Cane's that way. I don't really like Cane's. I just like the sauce, but I still got to work and to get off work and then to try to grill and try to live stream at the same time. We might just be looking at Cane's. I thought about, I'm still, the more and more I'm thinking about it, I'm a live stream the game, but the more and more I've been looking at it, they're having the watch party at AT&T Stadium for free. And I'm like, I'm thinking about going there and getting some content there. But then again, I'm like, bro, let me just kick it with the family. It's about the beginning of being my birthday weekend stretch anyway. So it's like, man, just go ahead and kick it with the family. You know what I'm saying? We'll have Friday off. So chill with the family, do some more things, and still be able to get some content out the way, get some film watch out the way. The weekend, I'll be geared to, Rangers, Astros, and then everybody kick off Sunday. That's kind of where I don't want to go to the game Sunday because I'm going to the game Monday and I want to sit there and watch everybody play football. It feels good when it's a Sunday and you can just watch everybody play football and not be stressful. But Thursday we'll be here. 7:20 we'll start the stream for the game watch. We'll probably be snacking on some canes, you know what I'm saying? And go that way. Go that way. We'll have the beer on deck, on tap. We'll have our victory packs lined up and ready. Tomorrow, me and my brothers, we're going to jump on the show on why we think the Cowboys will win and why the Cowboys won't lose. My keys, basically, for the Cowboys to win this game is, look, they just got to come out fast. They got to basically make it count early. Make it count early. Make it be a dog fight for 60 minutes. And if the game is close, let our special teams take over. I think the special teams is going to play more. I think we're stronger in the special team spot. It's going to rely on Dak. And can the defense basically stay out of 4th and 3 situation? That's my keys simply right there. The physicality, I think our offensive line is physical enough. Just how do we exert it? How do we put them in positions to exert their physicality will be what it is. But yeah, the Cowboys can win this game. Just will they? Will they have enough? They should have all the motivation in the world to go out here and really perform. Now, will they do it? I don't know. If it get tough for them, is the culture really changing around? How do they come out prepared? Because the biggest thing that was under Mike McCarthy's teams, bro, they just, especially in 2024, they just seem like they lacked the preparation. It just seemed like whatever they did during the week did not translate over to the football field on Sunday. That was their main issue. That Green Bay Packer loss, it wasn't just one side of the football that was so piss poor. It was everything on the football side that was piss poor. And it just seemed like whatever they prepared to do did not translate. That shit did not translate to the football field. So, like you say, what they basically got to do, they just going to have to stick to the script, come out here swinging. And they got to make it count. I'm pretty sure my brothers, they'll have some extra other tips that's going on about it. But, yeah, like I said, Thursday, if you checking out some YouTube footage and you want to see what's going on, man, like I said, man, I'll give it to you live, man. We're going to be doing a lot of Cowboy games here live. And like I said, we get this channel to grow up a little bit more. We get some more little donations coming up in there more. We'll keep going to these games as well. I've really exhausted a lot of my, I don't want to even say resources, just my bite at the apple. You know what I'm saying? For the last couple of years. And I'm just more like, you know what, let's kind of reel it back and hold it to streaming. Because the problem is all the teams in the DFW has been good. And I normally travel through all teams of the DFW. So that is my problem. So it's like, okay, let's dial this back. A game here, a game 2 here. Then when the basketball season comes, a game 2 here, a game 2 there. You know what I'm saying? Goes that way. Two Guns, what's good? What is good? I know your Red Sox is comfortable sitting up in there and, y'all got a good little wild card spot, man. Appreciate you for tuning in the chat, man. If y'all haven't already, check out my boy Two Guns, man. His channel, Our Bleeping City, man. He holds it down for Boston sports. Great Boston content for my man doing the same thing that I'm doing, representing where he from and the teams that he loves. So it's an all Boston thing with him. They kicked our ass in the finals last year, but it's all love for my homie right there. I wish him big things right there. Appreciate you joining in the chat one time, man. What we about an hour and a half? What we in about the 8th inning right now? Oh, we in the bottom of the 7th. Okay, so we about here about an hour and a half. Okay, so we'll get to the top of the 8th. And then after we leave the top of the 8th, we'll go ahead and cut the live off. But Rangers have been hot here. They have won 6 straight. The boys have kicked fire right up all of a sudden right now. Even though you got the injuries to Corey Seager. Good news is Adolis Garcia had a quad injury, but they do not plan on putting him on the IL. So that works. That works. He's actually an emergency role on the roster if needed. So that's big ups right there. But there was bad news for our boy Tyler Malley. Oh, man, the good news is he's taking rehab start. That is the good news. The bad news is he was terrible in his rehab start. I mean, I don't even think he made a full inning and gave up 5 runs in the rehab trip. That's terrible. That lets me know he's farther back than what you think. And if the Rangers are talking about making a postseason run, they're going to have him. They're going to have him. Straight up. Your Rangers are making us teams hold down a wild card spot, sweat a little bit. Rangers been red hot. Bro, here lately. And what's crazy is like, that's a strike. What's crazy is they've been adding the young players in here. What's really happened is Wyatt Langford has caught fire. Josh Young has caught fire. The 2 guys that you needed to catch fire, they've caught fire. Jock Peterson is starting to show why we got him here. He's starting to catch on. Jake Berger coming off an injury. You know what I'm saying? Rowdy Tellez in there accounting for. And then you got the young guys like Michael Hellman, Freeman, Osuna. You got the young guys coming in here not knowing and being hungry. Coming in there, you want to talk about Evaldi. Bro, that's the add to the injury. Like, so Seager's hurt. They're not saying it's out for the year because he don't need surgery. It's like a 4 to 6 week thing. Simeon is probably done for the year. Evan Carter, done for the year. Evaldi is done for the year with shoulder tightness, stiffness. Yeah. Rangers' best pitcher is done. Now, they still got Jacob deGrom, which that comes into play, and that's where we were hoping, damn, Tyler Malley, can you get your rehab and come back and be all right? Because if you can come back and be all right, we might can be done. Yeah, man. Valdi done, bro. You done that. Damn. Well, that probably did it. As Hobie Milliner gives up a 3-run homer to fucking Marta, bro. Marte be killing us, bro. Ketel Marte be killing us, dog. Killing us. Every time we see him, he kills us. Give up a 3-run homer. It was a tie game. Now it's 5-3. I mean 5-2. Just like that. As Mike Maddox goes out to the mound to talk to him. That hurt. Now I think a lot of this is going to be charged to Luis Carvello, because Jacob Latz came out here and he pitched good. He's been solid, bro. His last outings, regardless if it's starting or coming out the bullpen, he's been solid. He's been holding down the fort for real. But damn, that hurts. That hurts. Your bullpen comes in and Carvello basically gives up 2 runs. Now you give up a 3-run home run bomber to Hobie Milliner, who's been a great bullpen pitcher for you. He's been a great bullpen pitcher for you. Been a solid piece for you. Give up the 3-run homer like that. Ouch. And it's no outs. How long we been? Over an hour and a half? We might just cut this short. Because I'm like, damn, y'all got to get the outs first. But I did say, in the beginning of the season, I had Cowboys losing, but it's Cowboys versus everybody now. I got the Cowboys winning against the Eagles. I say it out loud. I got the Cowboys winning against the Eagles. You know what? I said it was too late for the Rangers. It was too late for them. The Rangers sneak in. My brother Bug was right. They going to catch fire at the right time, and they going to get in. Well, he had them winning it all, but they're going to get in. And that's all you need is to get in. Just speaking positive out there. We going to win the lottery. I ain't even checked what is it, tomorrow? Check the numbers tomorrow. I need to give me another lottery ticket or something. You know. So I can really bring y'all that good Cowboy vlog content from the stadium. For real. For real, yo. Yeah, man, but if y'all haven't, if you're new to the channel, man, hit that like button. Go ahead and subscribe. Like I said, this football season will be all over the Cowboy talk. We're still over. Like I said, you see what's all in the background? We representing everybody. I'm always going to talk about Cowboys. Cowboys take the lead talk, but I really move in season. I move in season. It's been summer. We've been talking about the Rangers. Football season is here. Football will always get the main talk around here, especially in Texas. Not just with the Cowboys, but in Texas in general. You know what I'm saying? Football will always get the talk. So it's always going to be room for Cowboy content, but we move along with the seasons. That's why I changed the background to, got Bosley coming out here. We talking about the Rangers right now because it's still baseball season and they still got a pulse. Pretty soon here, the Stars will kick it off next month early in October across in Canada. Then we got the Mavericks that kick off around Halloween against San Antonio. Yeah. We got some things planned up for. So like I said, if you're a fan of any one of these teams or if you're from the area, but you don't live in the DFW area no more, man, this is your channel right here, man. Go ahead and like, subscribe. We go up for everything. Y'all see, I'm in basically game gear. Hopefully we get a rally going. Bosley came in to replace Hobie Milliner. So let's see if we can get this last out and let's see if we can at least get the 8th inning in here. I can't wait to do this Cowboys live stream with y'all. Like I said, hopefully I still do it. Anything could change. Anything can change right now. I could go to the stadium and watch have the watch out there. You know what I'm saying? The watch party out there, which we could do. We could. This is the best Dallas spot, hands down. Already appreciate that, my guy. Appreciate that, 2 guns. Hey, my boy does decent, video editing too. So if y'all need some help with your video editing and stuff like that, not only is he talking Boston sports, man, that man can do some video editing for y'all. So, just throwing some extra, some, business that way. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate the love and the shout out for from you, Mike, right there. For real. Marte. Fucking, he's been killing us this year. Come on, Bosley. I need you to get us out this inning. Just need one out. And then we're going to have the rally from the Rangers. See if we can get a rally. That's one strike. I'm going to say it again, and I'm going to keep speaking it in the universe. Cowboys is beating the Eagles Thursday night, opening night. Cowboys is beating the Eagles. I'm telling you. Oh, Danny, what's good, bro? I haven't seen you in a minute. What's good there, Brody? What is good? Guess who's back? Back again. Danny's back. Tell a friend. Your wish has came true, man. They got rid of Michael Parsons. You got Cowboys 34, the Crying Eagles 31. See, I got it a close game too. I got a Cowboys 26, Eagles 24. So I'm right there with you. Cowboys win Thursday. We speaking it into existence. That if you ain't gonna ride for the Cow, if you're on the other side, let that be known. That's fine. Then we know how to handle you accordingly. But I had this as a loss, but you know what? Fuck this. We gonna play. There you go. Sit him down. Come here. We get out the inning. Okay, I got this 8th inning to watch this Rangers kind of finish this out. In the lineup is Wyatt Langford, Jock Peterson, and Rowdy Tellez to start it off. Let's see what they can do. But I'm right there with you, Danny. All right, then. I see you. 34-31. That's a classic way to start off the NFL season. And like I said, I got 26-24. Brandon Aubrey basically seals the deal. We get across the we have a drive, get across the 50. Boom. He basically wins the game for it. I'm not saying game walk off field goal, but it'll basically be the reason we get there. For real. Yes. Said 4 more courses left. I finished school in June 17, 2026 is my graduation. Santa Monica. If I can make my way out there 2026, bro, I got you. But you know what? To be real with you, bro, damn, bro, you have been on the grind, bro. I remember you said you was doing school and you had everything right there for you to stick with it and you getting ready to graduate. Much. Show, my guy. For damn show. Now you get your paper and then, see how it can go. Sis say, I'm going for the Cowboys to win. Talk about it. Talk about it. Hey, it's opening the football season. We got to ride for our team, man. Now, like I said, if you put a gun to my head, it's Dallas Cowboys for life. But hold on, wait a minute. If I had to put some money on it, hold on, wait a minute. But that's not what we doing. We represent what is going to be. And like I said, the Eagles, for them to say they're not going to watch the banner get dropped and everything like that lets me know it's already in y'all head about that. So you know what? Yeah, don't worry. We'll get y'all back focused when we bring y'all back down to reality when we beat Chad. That's what's going to happen. Hold on. I'm about to say, don't do me like that, Victory Plus. Hold on now. We having some internet signal connect issues. Come on now. Be fair now. I'll put that bitch on my phone. I promise you. I'll find a way to watch this top of the 8th inning. Come on now. Nah. What you doing? Right when we trying to. Boy, I was about to say, come on, don't play with my emotions. Smokey. And we down in the count 1-2. I know the NFL was real strict when you broadcast the game on your stream, but have you tried doing it with the Rangers game? The MLB might not be as strict. I've showed, I'll put it to you this way. I've showed a replay off of Victory Plus. This was with the Stars when they scored a goal. They copyrighted me. So if you do it, you got to pause it real quick and do all that type of stuff. Yeah, so it's just better to live stream it, man. It's just better to live stream it. I wish, though. Michael was a troublemaker. Let your frustrations vent out. What I will give my man Danny, even though I'm through with talking about Michael, what I will give my man Danny right here, I don't know about the devil comment, but what I will give him, he's been on that train for a minute. He's been saying he would have got rid of Michael Parsons. He wants to get rid of Dak too, but he's been on that train about getting rid of Michael Parsons. This was a couple of years ago, basically when I first started doing my channel. He was on that train about getting rid of Michael Parsons. So I will let him have his talk about that. He basically saw what Jerry was seeing and was like, cut him. So, like I said, I'm not going to say about the devil or anything like that, but he gets to talk his shit about basically Michael being gone because he was like he would have got rid of him a long time ago. Now we down to Jock Peterson. Bro, that was not a strike. ABS right now, bro. That was not a strike, dog. That was well outside the play, bro. That wasn't even fucking close. Come on, bro. Boy, that was a bad call. Boy, that was a bad call. Come on. We had a rally against them last night. We can do it again. We had a rally against them last night when we was dead in the water. Let's do it again, Rangers. About an hour 45 in the stream. Yeah, we're going to try to keep it under 2 hours so we can get the shorts published. Foul. Stay alive then. Make them work. Make the bullpen pitcher work. Therefore, you might catch them slipping. But the Cowboys are winning Thursday. Saying it again. The Cowboys are winning Thursday. It don't even matter what the score is. They'll have more points than the Philadelphia Eagles. Bro, we should be up 3-1 in the count. Instead, it's 2 apiece off of a bad strike call, bro. ABS right now. Oh, good hit, Jock. There we go. Jock on base with 1 out. Let's go, Jock. Let's go, Jock. He said they got the technology to get every strike call right. Why not use it? Like, for real, what we don't want to show our umpires up. Man, they work for you, fool. If they don't like it, they can find another job. I don't want to say that because robots are here to kind of replace everybody's job. So let me rewind that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, it's almost 11 o'clock. Well, the Rangers are still playing. That's why. Dodgers, Rangers in the World Series or Dodgers and Yankees again because nobody else in the. Well, y'all going to have to win y'all division first. Them Padres is hot on them Dodgers trail. As much as I would love to see the Rangers up in there, if they got to be healthy enough to make that run. They got the pitching, but they still would need to get healthy. But I'm feeling what you're saying right now. Yankees, I take my boy Red Sox over the Yankees. I'll take my boy Mikey Two Guns Red Sox over the Yankees if it ain't the Rangers. That's a strike. All right, now. We about almost at the end of this stream right now. Rangers are trying to rally. They got 1 on base, 1 out, down 5-2 in the top of the 8th. Come on, man. Y'all been gaining a lot of ground. And Roddy Tellez gets a base hit. That moves Jock to third. Rowdy with a single. We got runners at the corners. It's happening, y'all. It's happening, y'all. It's happening. Hold on. You have any Cowboy jerseys or Ranger jerseys? I got Rangers jerseys. I got Cowboy jerseys, but the only 2 jerseys I got is Michael Parsons. So I don't know how much good that's gonna do, my guy. But I do need to give me another CD Lamb. I do need to give me a CD Lamb and a Dak Prescott jersey. That's what I'm aiming for. And it's my birthday weekend, so y'all want to contribute to the channel or anything like that for my birthday weekend, it is what it is. I don't even celebrate my birthday, but, we're trying to do. Nah, bro, I can, cut my grass in it, pick up the leaves or something in it and stuff like that, do fall work around it, you know what I'm saying? I can at least do that, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she done showed me a house back in the old neighborhood we stayed in. I'll talk to the wifey about that in a second. Like I said, we're trying to see if we can get a rally right here in the 8th inning. Let's see what we do. Oh, too high. Josh Young is at bat right now, and they got 1 out, so don't hit into a double play. That's more than anything. I'll take a sac fly more than anything. A sac fly will work, but another solid contact. Ooh, that was your pitch. Ooh, I'm surprised he called that a ball. That was a strike. Oh, so this umpire just is not really that good. He say, burn it. Those were gifted to me. So If I bought it, then it'd been different. And you strike the hell out on a bad pitch. Come on, Josh Young. That was a bad strikeout. That wasn't even close, bro. That sailed all the way in the dirt. That was an ugly ass pitch. It seemed like when it got to the plate, it dropped, though. Like I said, we plan to be on it Thursday. So come join the stream, y'all. Come join the stream. I done set my TV up right so you can see a little bit of it off the background of the, Ooh, you should have hit that. Freeman last out of the 8th inning. Y'all got 2 on, don't you? Need to at least get one of these runs in. You need to at least get one of these runs to keep it in striking distance. Now you're about middle of the lineup too. Ooh, so if you're going to have to win the game, it's going to have to depend on the bottom of the lineup. Ooh, come on. Damn, for a youngster, bro, you must be getting paid. He got 2 chains out there. Them boys is boys on hot boy status. Bling, bling. With all that bling, bling come through. Ooh, and that's strike 2. That's a good pitch on the outside. He's working the outside real good. Again, the Cowboys are winning Thursday night. Cowboys are winning Thursday night. He said, I threw my Michael Parsons jersey in the trash can. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta do what you gotta do. Man, appreciate the love. Like I said, man, keep your keep pounding the pavement at school, man. I look to see you on the other side for sure. And that's the end of the rally right there. How far you live from Addison, Texas by the mall gallery? Oh, yeah. So where I'm at it's probably about, from Addison, it's probably about 40 minutes, maybe. Like I said, I'm right by AT&T Stadium, basically. I'm like 10 minutes away from AT&T Stadium and Globe Life Field. Not Arlington. It's in Grand Prairie, if y'all want to know. I'll let it be that. So Grand Prairie to Addison is not that far at all. I might hit them all up just because, it's his birthday weekend, but I'm trying to save some money because I'm going to some Ranger games. Although a lot of y'all say, don't give Jerry your money. I need the content. Let me know. And pretty soon, probably here this weekend, you know what I'm saying? After the Cowboys beat the Eagles, we could probably jump you on live if you got time. You know what I'm saying? I'll be throwing some people on, hopefully that's probably what we'll do. Cowboys victory. If it's a Cowboys victory, we'll have some people jump in on a live show, give them good about 5 minutes of some airtime, airing out there, fandom about how the Cowboys won. Maybe that'd be a section we could do right there. So, but what you'll probably have to do is either hit my email up at the bottom, or if you don't have X, go ahead and get X and follow me on X at Drewski Selfmade, and I can shoot me a DM and we'll do some things like that. We'll spice up a victory, a Cowboys victory like that. We'll let y'all, instead of calling in, we'll kind of like add y'all in to the live stream and let y'all have y'all fun. So let's see how we do it that way. Rangers come out empty-handed. They're down 5-2. They're going to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's going to be tough for them. They did come back last night. We're going to sit back and we're going to watch this game again. It's going to be another late one, but, follow me on X. We'll continue to carry this conversation going through with the Rangers for the rest of the night on X. After that, man, I plan to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow, looking to have my brothers to basically join the talk, and we're basically going to break down why the Cowboys would win Thursday night. So, let's see. That's how it's going to be. Until then, man, that's more of my time. We done went about 2 hours, man. We went long. But tomorrow, it's like almost getting ready to go back to school. You know what I'm saying? I can't wait for football to really pop around the corner. But tomorrow, we'll focus everything about the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll run it that way, man. So, again, I want to appreciate everybody for tuning in that came in and gave their comments and everything like that, man. Appreciate y'all showing the love. If you haven't already hit that like button, go ahead and share this channel one time and get other people that, sports fans, but damn sure the DFW. Tell them to holler and swing this way, man. I want to give a big shout out to the chat for everybody that's in there and for everybody who catches this on the replay, man. Go ahead and share it and drop a comment anytime, man. Like I said, we're under 50 subscribers to go ahead and get to 3,000, man. Let's go ahead and try to get your boy in this channel up to 3,000 as we move with the seasons that go along. So y'all already know. Y'all see the decor in the background. It's go Rangers, go Cowboys, go Mavericks, go Stars, go Wings, go FC Dallas. Whatever it is in Dallas, baby, we going to do it that way. So, and it's the best way. So I look to catch y'all tomorrow, man. I'm going to set the live. If I don't set the live tonight, I'll set it early tomorrow. And basically, we'll probably try to see if we can get a live going around 8:30ish. Don't want to be too late. Try to do it around 8:30ish. And we'll give some final pre-thoughts on basically Eagles and Cowboys. Hopefully, I have the brothers to join. And with that, man, that's it, man. I want to catch y'all on the next stream. Well, this is going to be a busy week. Look for me to drop a live stream tomorrow. We'll do the live watch stream Thursday. Friday, we'll basically go post-game review and then see what the weekend leads into it. You know what I'm saying? So much love to everybody. Y'all know it's the super fan from the DFW land holding it down the best I can. I'll see y'all on the other action, man. Have a great hump day tomorrow. Make sure you do everything with love because love always wins. Y'all know that's the law. With that, I'm out, y'all. Peace.
Self-made independent, hoe, I'm all about my businesses. I consistently continue to bring energy and know that keep it popping like I'm full of electricity. Try to hold me out, I wish you would have the audacity. Take a rap laxative, now I'm shitting on the industry. Self-made not a title, cause it's my identity. And wear it on my skin like it's a part of my ethnicity. Mary keep on blowing like instruments in the symphony. That keep a player buzzing like Twitter when you mention me. Being 100's a everyday living tendency. And ain't faced by hating, it makes me increase my intensity.